The Evora S has a 3.5 litre supercharged V6 engine, and it's the current pinnacle of the Lotus range. But for some purists, Lotus is all about lightweight, back to basics enthusiast cars like the Exige and the Elise. So what would happen if you took the engine from this big Lotus and put it in a small Lotus? Well, that's what would happen. It's the Exige S. Now, normally Exige production has actually stopped, but the Exige has always been a car that enthusiasts love, and I think they're unlikely to be disappointed with this one. At the front, it looks very much like the standard Exige, aside from some more aggressive grills here at the front. But the biggest thing you'll notice is how much longer the car is. So the wheelbase has grown, and there's a bespoke subframe at the back there that houses that V6 Toyota engine. With 345 brake horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque, in a car that only weighs around about 1,100 kilograms, it promises to be a serious track weapon. So let's head out onto Lotus's new test track here at Hethel to see how we get on. Now there's a adjustable traction control. You can have sport mode where you've got the sort of adaptable traction control, or you can have race or fully off. Now I've gone for fully off, so let's start off by being a hooligan and see. Oh, there you go. So with it fully off, then you get into the throttle, you will have a little bit of oversteer, but just given how much power this car's got, the mechanical grip is really amazing. The other thing you instantly notice compared to driving any other Exige or Elise is that wonderful V6 noise. Obviously you've got that right behind you, and there's a load more torque. So it's just bonkers fast as we get onto the straight. Revs to 7,000 RPM, so we're in fourth gear now, 6,000 RPM, about 120 miles an hour. The track's really wet here now, so braking, coming up to a really tight chicane. And what's lovely is when you heel and toe in this car, you get that really gorgeous exhaust note. Again now on the power, so again, just feel that car sliding, but it's beautiful. It's retained all of that sort of Exige agility and accuracy, so even though the track's wet I can still feel that. So they've got a lovely front end into this apex constant throttle, and just a little bit of slide as I get into the power, up through the gears. Again, it's just stonkingly fast, sounds amazing, it really is quite a special car. So we know it's good on track, so let's take it out on the road now and find out what it's like on the road. Well, for starters, it's £52,900, which is a lot of money. But then again, you're going to have to go for a car like a Porsche 911 GT3 to get this sort of performance. So when you look at it in those terms, it's probably a bit of a bargain. Now on the road, obviously when you get in, it's just like any other Elise or Exige, so you have to clamber in over this thick sill as you get in, and once you're inside, the interior is very, very basic, but really nicely built, lots of bare aluminium. There's no power steering, so don't go and driving to the shops, it's quite hard work manoeuvring in car parks, but once you're up to speed, it feels fine. But the biggest thing is, it's just that extra torque, and that performance makes it such a more usable road car than an existing Exige. I mean, up until now, Exiges, you have to rev them very, very hard to get that performance, which is fine on the track, but on the road, it's not really that practical. But with this car, with that supercharger, all that torque and all the extra power, the engine's so much more flexible. It just makes this car a really, really good road car. Now, obviously, you have to accept the fact that, like all Exiges, the chassis is very stiff, so you do feel every imperfection in the tarmac and it's noisy on the motorway. But if you accept that, it's a really astonishingly fast, massively grippy and really enjoyable road car. I've got to say, I think it's my favourite Lotus. So the new Exige S retains all the attributes that have made the Elise and the Exige so popular, but this new V6 engine takes performance into a different realm, and it's a great, great car. I'm loving driving it. but unfortunately Lotus won it back.